Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be what comes after the icebreaker or your initial opening line. In other words, how do you transition if you're good at opening women up, but you're worried, or sometimes the conversation dies and you don't know where to go with it next, you don't know how to go about asking for the phone number or making a date, what you should do next, that kind of thing. So this is all going to be about how to prevent those awkward silences so you can get what you want and keep the attraction going and escalating. I've got a quick email here from a guy, and he says, "Hey, Coach Corey, hey bro, I got into college, and in every class I intentionally show up late to scope out the hot ladies to sit next to them so I can initiate the conversation with them with, 'Yo, what's up?' or 'Hey, how's it going? My name is so-and-so.' But I really don't know what to say after that. It's fucking awkward. I'm more of a person that likes to pick up chicks when I'm standing or walking. Also, how do you present yourself to your class without being nervous?" And here's what you do. So if you sit down next to a chick and you go, "Hey, what's up? How are you?" And she'll go, "Hey, how you doing?" And just say this to her. Say, "Hey, what's your name?" And she'll say, "Oh, my name's Denise." And you say, "Hey, it's nice to meet you, Denise." And she'll say, "It's nice to meet you too." And if she likes you, not only will she say, "It's nice to meet you too," but she'll say, "It's nice to meet you too. What's your name?" I'll say, "Hey, my name is Bob." It's great. And now you know that there's a good chance she has interest. And here's the important thing to understand when you start talking to a woman. Because you want to go out on a date with a girl, you want to know, and since you got an hour-long class, or maybe an hour and a half or 3 hours, depending on how long the class, or maybe even 4 hours if you got one of those kind of classes, if you're going to be there with her, you can't talk, obviously, the whole time, but you can flirt with her a little bit and get her to talk and open up and create some initial rapport with her. And the best way to do that is to be asking questions to get her to talk about herself. So, "Hey, what's your major?" What are you going to talk about in college? What are you majoring in? Or what do you think of this class? What do you think about this professor? Or did you take good notes from the other day? I missed some of this stuff. Or, hey, do you have a good study partner? There's so many things that you can talk about to get her to talk about herself. Where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school? Where are you from? Just find out those boring, basic, mundane things to get her to talk, because if you get her talking about herself, when you talk to another human being and you ask them questions about themselves, it communicates that you have not only have interest in them, but that you're a good listener and you're sincerely, authentically interested in who they are as a person, as opposed to some dude is just trying to get laid. And so whoever's asking the questions is the one that's in charge of the conversation. And if throughout the conversation, if she starts asking you the same kinds of things, like, "Hey, where'd you grow up? Who you hang out with? Where do you hang out with? What places do you go on the weekends? What fraternity are you in? What are you in a sorority? Where do you live?" All those kinds of things are typical questions that you're going to ask each other when you're in college. And if you're sitting there talking, you just say, I really like you. You're a really cool girl. When are you free to meet up for a drink? Just ask her right on the spot. Just say, "Oh, I'm free Tuesday night." It's like, great. Let's make plans to meet at where was one of the places I used to go in college? The Purple Parrot was one. I think it was up in Gainesville. Was a place. Like, "Hey, how about we meet at the Purple Parrot on Wednesday at 8 o'clock if you're both free?" And you can do that, or you can say, "Hey, why don't we meet together and do study hall, and we'll go out and have some drinks afterwards." And then you can have a study session, so you can meet at the library or something like that and study for a little while. And then you can go take her someplace to meet for drinks, because the idea, if you go to 2 to 3 places with her, it creates rapport. And you have a couple of drinks with her, and then you can say, "Hey, why don't we go back to my place to have a nightcap?" And then she can follow you, especially like if you live on campus, she can walk back to your dorm room. You start making out and hook up with the girl. That's all you have to do. Make a date on the spot when you meet her. Meet her out someplace instead of fucking around. But asking questions is the best way to go about it. It's the best way to create rapport, because obviously you're going to be in class and you can't be talking to her the whole time, because your professor's going to end up getting pissed off at you. But you can talk back and forth a little bit. And maybe if she's sitting right next to you, you could even write things down on a piece of paper, like send a note back and forth. Or you could say, "I love your eyes. You have gorgeous eyes." Or tell her what you really like about her and say, "I think you're absolutely beautiful. I want to meet you out for a drink after. When are you free? Are you doing anything later?" Just make a date right on the spot. And go with that. And every so often ask her a question here and there in between while you're taking notes during class. But that's the best way to do it, because guys always worry about, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? You don't say anything. You ask questions. If you like this girl, you'd be fascinated by her, right? You want to know everything about her. You want to know where she grew up, what she does for fun, what sorority she's in, what she's majoring in, where she lives. Does she live near there? What does she do for fun? Where does she hang out? What cool places does she go to, especially like if you're new to the college? What cool places do you hang out with your friends at? Get her number on the spot. Just ask her for a number. She says, hey, I got to run. What's your number? Or if you're, I don't waste any time. I make a date right on the spot. And that's the best way to go about it. Just be bold. If you got the balls to sit down next to this girl and say, hey, what's up? Just like anybody else would having a conversation, you should have no problem asking her out for a date right on the spot. And if the professor yells at you and then you just write something down on paper, when are you free to meet up for a drink? And slide it over to her and let her write back. And just make a definite date. And then give her your phone and say, put your number in there. And then once she hands you the phone back, text her your number, say, give me your phone. And then you can put your number in her phone. That's all you have to do, dude. It's really fucking simple. Don't overcomplicate things. So if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which is going to be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, your situation, your challenges. And you just got to give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers. But be patient, and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which is going to be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, which I highly recommend, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, will be a link that will take you to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. You don't have to have a Kindle device to read it. Once you get to the download page, on the right-hand side, there's a button that will open up a window where you can download one of their free e-reader apps for your Android tablet, your Android smartphone, your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac, or your PC. Only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app, and after that, it only takes a few more seconds to complete the purchase of my book and be reading it in no time. And I will talk to you soon.